So I just thought I'd give you guys a quick update from last week's video, and as you can see we have seen the massive bullish engulfing candle that I was predicting based off of this bullish pennant breakout, and you can clearly see our target is up there at $146,300. However, our short-term target of $116,000 to $120,000 has been hit. Now we have come up and hit about $123,000, and depending on how you look at it, it's an important extension level. Now, I won't go into that in my video, but Michael Pizzino has talked about it a bit in his videos, especially this one here. And obviously, there's a lot more over at TIA Crypto if you're a paying member. But basically, yeah, my analysis has played ball down here using just the BX Trender, which is by Puppy Therapy, and it was talked about by Peter DiCarlo over here at Traders Helping Traders around 2 months ago. He predicted Bitcoin to hit $120,000 by the end of this year, as well as some of the crypto stocks to absolutely go parabolic, which has also happened. And pretty much, yeah, if you've made profits, congratulations. And I just wanted to talk about potentially what now. So if we have a look back here, the last time, the BX Trender had 4 consecutive higher high weeks. We did pause and correct for a week. We had a second week where we made an attempt higher, but we closed back here. And only after the third week were we able to see another 3 huge weeks up. Now, if you remember around here, we had a Michael Pizzino video where he talked about us hitting around $1 billion of short liquidations, and that would mark a potential turning point. And obviously the price did go higher, but not much higher. And that's kind of what happened here as well. I think we saw around $1 billion of short liquidations, around 113,000 or 115,000. I can't remember personally, but the price has obviously gone higher, but not by much. Like, most of the move had already happened by the time it hit that price. So basically, what now? So I'm expecting a actual pause and a correction, because if we go back to this chart from 2021, where we saw the 3 lower high weeks that I was referencing in my previous video, followed by a huge bullish engulfing candle, which we've also seen after 3 higher high weeks. You can see on the 4th week we make an attempt higher, but we close back lower, which looks like it's what's happening right now. We've made an attempt higher on this 4th week, and we look like we are potentially going to close lower. Now, you can see we actually have a second week where we make another attempt lower, turning the weekly swing down before seeing our final push. Now, this in 2021 was really close to our 1,060, 1,100 day cycle for the Bitcoin bull market. So obviously that final upthrust marked a final cycle top, but we are still around 100 to 150 days short of where we should be seeing the cycle top. So I'm actually predicting we see something like this, where we see a giant move, probably 3 huge weeks up, as well as a potential alt season that Michael and Jason talk about in their videos of obviously all the altcoins outperforming Bitcoin. Now, I'm not going to talk about my alt season triggers and all of that, because you can just watch their videos for that. And what I'm basically going to say is I don't believe something like this is happening for Bitcoin. Now, I do believe that we are going to see the weekly swing get turned down. So we are going to see the weekly swing bottom broken, because I do not think $116,000 is going to be the low for this correction. Now, even if we go down to $114,500 or $113,000, as long as we're staying above the breakout zone, Jason and Michael are saying that the market is going to be pretty strong, and I'm going to agree with that. Like, we haven't actually properly retested the breakout of this bullish pennant. So even if we saw a wick down to $108,000, that would only be a 10% correction. And if we have a look back here, what happened last cycle, from the top of $67,000 roughly, we saw a move down to $58,000. So that was roughly a 13% correction. Someone can check my maths. So, and even back here, in this previous cycle, we pushed up to 99,600 and we corrected down to 90,000. So that's basically a 10% correction. And right now, from 123,000 to 116,000, that's only around a 5 to 6% correction. So that's why I'm sticking by my theory that next week we are going to see this swing bottom get broken. We are going to see a flash crash. Perhaps this is where we're going to get the $1 billion long liquidation signal that Michael talks about as marking a pivot point low. Now, I did speak to him today in the members only live stream about whether $500 million of long liquidations that we saw yesterday would be enough. So if you did see here, we saw this massive sell-off after hitting the $123,000 top yesterday. And he said potentially, because when the market really gets going, you may not see these big corrections. But I'm still sticking by my theory that I think we do need to put in a larger correction. Now, obviously, I could be wrong. We could be somewhere potentially, I don't know, like somewhere here, like in one of these phases, where we make a attempt higher, a wick down, but we actually close the week higher and we just see a further continuation for 3 weeks. Now, obviously, no one knows what happens on the blank side of the chart. It's one of Jason's favorite sayings. But I just thought I would share my opinion. And what you want to do with this information is entirely up to you. And personally, what I'm doing is I am in a 5x long with a liquidation price of around $98,000, which I absolutely do not think we're going to hit. And if we do hit, that's probably more to worry about than just me losing 20% on my trading account, as it's an isolated margin trade. And I will be waiting for a potential long signal of a $1 billion liquidation or a wick down to say 112, 108K, but then a nice close at say 115, 116K. And yeah, basically, if you're looking for a really good entry, you can jump down to the 4-hour chart or the 1-hour chart, and you can use your preferred trading strategy, whether that's using moving averages, swings, RSIs, or other momentum indicators like MACDs or BX trenders. But that's pretty much it for Bitcoin today. Everyone, if you did get in with me last week, congratulations. This right here was a $10,000 move per Bitcoin. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.